preppers and homesteaders, or prepper-steaders. Wow, what a week. I'm literally exhausted right now. We just had some severe weather, very severe weather, and did a lot today, but it's crazy because we had lots of flooding, and our property, we're on top of a mountain, so it actually drained really good except for one area, and I'll show you that area right now. Well, actually, before I get into that, I gotta bring up something funny that I thought is funny. So we went towards Branson. We really don't leave the property much, and right before Branson is, I can't even think of the name of it now. It's a smaller town, but they have a Menards and a bunch, and we go to the Menards all the time. And I've actually been to that Menards and been recognized by a viewer there. And then the other day we went there on Saturday and we're in line and I'm looking at the family in front of me and I'm just like, I know them. I just can't figure out where I know them. And then I didn't want to stare and try to figure, because my memory is sometimes just horrible. So I'm looking at them and I'm just like, I know them. So they left, we checked out, and we had some issues checking out. I bought some hinges, and when they're on the conveyor belt, they fell, they got sucked into the conveyor belts. So, and as I was doing that, I'm like, Papa Pepper, the YouTuber, the other homesteader, the Ozarks. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was like trying to, hurry up. And then by the time I had to go underneath the whole, it was a little bit of a fiasco. I got my hinges and they were gone already. And then we were driving away and they're behind me, but I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. I'm not gonna flag them down or anything weird like that. So I did what modern people do nowadays. And I went to his YouTube and sent him a comment saying, was that you at the Menards? And then it turns out he was. And then lo and behold, we started chatting and he was from Wisconsin too, his family. And I go, wow, small world. How crazy is that? His channel's pretty cool though. So I'll put it in the video description. If you haven't, I know a lot of my subscribers are subscribers of his family, because I've been told by a lot of people when I first moved here to go to his channel to learn about all the bugs and all the snakes and stuff in this area. So it's just funny, small world, because we go to the Menards all the time. I'm a lover of root beer, and Menards has their own brand of Sprecher root beer for their Menards racing team, and it doesn't have high fructose corn syrup, and it has honey as the sweetener, and they had it in stock. So we bought a few cases of it. That is one of my simple pleasures. That was cool, because I have been waiting for that to come back in stock, because that is, good root beer is hard to find, especially nowadays with high fructose corn syrup, and it's not like I drink one every day. It's like a Friday treat, a nice, frosty mug and a good root beer. Let's get back to the flooding. So we'll go over here. Okay, so this area over here, between these two buildings, you can kind of see, I'll put some overlays in here, but this was completely underwater. As you can see the building though, the height of the cement, the water was never that high. So, but you can see down there, I'll walk you down through here. So this was completely underwater, like completely underwater, all of this. And you can see the ground. I mean, it's just gross right now, but it dried up in like a day. I tried cutting some trenches over here, you can see, and you can see the drop off over there. I mean, it's just literally a sheer drop off down there. This is that area I haven't really cleaned much yet, and we'll go back this way. But here's the problem. So this was all underwater, and you can see it gets, by the garage door over here, it gets higher. So the water stopped about where that cement pad was. I'll show you the full video though. This was completely all underwater. Not up to the cement pad though, luckily. And you can see where I dug a trench. Jenny and I were out here, dug a trench, because you can just see that this is, I don't know what they did here, but it just funnels the water down to this lower section down here. And this section was getting wet, water was seeping in there. So I had a lot of water come into the workshop part of the building. So we came in here, dug this trench in a hurry, got it flowing through here. You can see it was coming around this corner, and then came through here, and flow down the mountain. So glad we got that fixed. Now I need to come back over here though and do this. I mean, if you look, you can just, here, I'll show you right now. So look at this. You can just see why the water goes down to the right. I mean, this thing needs to be graded out. There needs to be a channel through here for one thing. And I mean, because you can see how much higher the driveway is. And we keep tossing up ideas about this second Barnaminium. It's such a hot mess. We want to make we don't know what we're going to do with it right now. We keep tossing the ideas because part of it is like, it's literally putting lipstick on a pig. It's not a nice Barnaminium. It'd be a really nice barn. Really nice barn. But it's not going to be a nice Barnaminium. It's not going to be a nice guest cabin. If we dump a lot of money into it, it's literally putting lipstick on a pig. So we're really trying to figure out what to do. And then this addition that's on here that I was using as my workshop and I'm gonna leave the rest of it as a Barnaminium, it's much lower than grade and it floods and it's just and I'll show you this too really quick. It's really weird. So if you look at the soffits here and the doors are really low. I can barely fit a car in here. My UTV, I don't know if it'll actually fit. These doors are really low. Like you can see the man door is actually higher. So it's just a weird, like our truck will not fit in here. Can't really pull anything into here. So we're trying to figure out what to do with that. And making the screen porch into a 4-season / addition makes much more sense. It's easier to heat, easier to cool, easier to keep clean because we'll be in there all the time. Like we can just have a guest space in there. That's kind of the idea. Let me show you what I did in here though today. I was actually busy at work, totally unrelated to the Barnaminium, but so I was in here using this as a barn. So you can see we did a lot of cleaning up in here just so I can get some space in here. But I made a couple fold-out pegboard displays for gun shows and other events. So I've got this one that kind of folds out. I'll show it to you. It folds out like an L, so I can put it like in a corner. And it's got my pegboard on there. And then that one over there is just a big 4x4 raised up high pegboard holder. So I can hang up backpacks and stuff when I go to gun shows and stuff to sell surplus. So that's kind of, yeah, so yeah, we're not sure what we're gonna do in here now. We're even, and I'm kind of on a standstill because I gotta find out, I don't know anything about mini splits. I've got this one over here and that one up there. That one I want to keep up there and permanently keep it there because even if this is going to be a barn and we turn this into a workshop, I still want it insulated and heated and cooled. This one though, I'd rather use it maybe for our pantry or something else. But I don't know how to disconnect it. I don't know if it has some kind of Freon or something in here. I've been cleaning this out, but it's like, I see stuff like that and I'm just like, oh my gosh. But it would be nice if we made this into just a barn. I would keep a bathroom in here and a shower. We always wanted an outdoor shower, so you know, in the summer days when it's a 2-shower day and you just need to rinse off from the garden or the animals, you can just come in here, shower, and then, you know, change and then, you know, go get out of here. But this building, like, we just don't know. It's such a hot mess, and it's like that gift that keeps on giving. We just keep finding more things, and we said it best. It's literally putting lipstick on a pig. Like, it's just not gonna be an awesome guest cabin. I mean, we could make it one by putting in a lot of money to make it look nice, but the exterior is not pretty. We're even looking at this. Here, I'm gonna show you this right now. We just noticed this the other day. It's not a big deal, but it's, okay, see, look at the color of this building. You can kind of see the color? You really can't see now, but the front color is brown, and then this is gray over here. It's actually a different color. Not a big deal, but it's one of those things. And then we were thinking, if we were gonna make this into a Barnaminium as a guest cabin, look at the front of it. There's only those 2 windows. Even if we put a glass door in there, We'd have to spend a lot of money getting windows because it's just dark in there. I mean, it's just, I don't know. And when family came here, they ended up renting a cabin. And there's cabins everywhere here. Like half of our neighbors are rental cabins. My brother comes here, he stays on our we have a pull-out couch that turns into a bed. That works out for him. We're just not sure. Part of me, if we make the 3-season, or the porch into a 4-season and just an extension of the house with the guest quarters in there, I keep thinking this would be just an awesome guest cabin, the office. We can move the office into the not what is now the porch. We can move our offices into there and turn this into a like 100% guest cabin, or make it into a library or something, because we have this, you know, the nice deck on here, you know, the great view of the mountains. You can just see this view. It's just great. Pardon the mess. I got these trees. I've just got so much to do. I need to make a run back to Wisconsin, but I don't know if it's gonna happen because I've got gun shows, other shows, and all these shows on the weekend. So it's like I've only got during the week, and then I'm busy during the week getting ready for these shows because you have to set up like it's like a never-ending thing. And I did inquire about some retail space nearby because I have a lot of surplus now. I've been selling surplus, and you need to have a good inventory, and I have a pretty good inventory, but it's taking up a lot of space, and yeah. So I've got some new product that we're going to be trying. A company actually sent it to me. I'm just going to mention it on here because it was too. It's a grub, like some kind of grub worms that are like dried out for a treat for their chickens. So our chickens are probably going to like it more than we will, because our chickens have been still doing really good in their chicken tractor. But as you can see, the grass is starting to get long. And oh, I do have to show you one other thing. There's the chickens. They're doing good. I need to get another chicken tractor because we're planning on getting more chickens, but I got to show you one other thing here really quick. So I was in communications with Premier One Fencing. I don't know if anybody is familiar with Premier One Fencing. They make the portable electric fencing, and they are an awesome company. We've used their fences for years. You know, we bought like 5 rolls of them, and they're not cheap, but you use a portable solar generator, and you can move these fences around, and you can just have unlimited pasture for your goats. So we brought them here, and if anybody's watched my T-post video, the T-post T-pain video, it was horrible trying to get T-post in. So we tried putting in the Premier One fencing, and we just literally failed. Like, I couldn't get them in. And I contacted the company. They sell a heavier one that you can actually pound in with the rubber mallet, and they don't even know if it's gonna work. And Premier One, being such a great company, they're like, we're gonna send you just a post and try it out. Let us know if it works, and you know, go from there. Because a new roll of that roll, like I think a 100-foot roll is like almost $300. So, of the heavy duty one. So today, I actually got this portable fence in the ground. Now that it's rained, I'm actually able to get these posts in. So before the ground dries up, oh, don't look at that, that's my other project. So it's an old refrigerator. I'm gonna drill a hole in the bottom, and then I'm gonna clad it in cedar, flip it back down, rip out the inside, and we're gonna do another hugelkultur raised garden bed right here. So, but before the ground hardens back up again, we've got about 400 more feet of this fencing. We're gonna put in 2 spots and leave it kind of semi-permanently so we can rotate the goats. And that we gotta do, because this ground, once it dries up, it is like cement. It's crazy. You know, I was talking to one of my neighbors, and he dug like almost a cliff. He dug into a hill and made like a cliff, and he said he let it sit and watched it for like a year before he decided to build, and it never moved. If you lived anywhere else, you know, in Wisconsin, you dig into a hill, it'll just collapse on itself, and it'll be sloped over, and it won't come down. When we first moved here, this hill, I figured was gonna wash away. We've had 2 now 100-year rains since we've lived here, and the only thing that's happened is this gutter pipe is a little bit exposed, and the other one is too. This hill has not moved. It is like cement. You can see, you know, we've got these really nice stairs here, but this would be what we would have the extension of the house. That is the plan right now. Instead of those big screen windows, we've priced and sized windows. We would do this whole thing, the biggest windows we could find, spray foam it, put another mini split in here, put a wood stove in there, and be done. Good news, the storm shelter, we had all that crazy rain, flooding, and the storm shelter was dry. So that's good news. Really happy with that. The storm shelter has been great. We've got it stocked, ready to go. I've got a video on it that shows what we did to the inside. I've got some new lights for the inside and wiring that up. I still need to do the electrical cleanup on that. And that's really about it. There's so many projects going on. It's just, I gotta do spark plugs in a little green machine. I gotta do, if you can see it back there, we had it parked under there because we had hail that was like that big, like almost golf ball size come down. And luckily her car was there, the truck was out here. It was like so spread out, it hit the house and it hit the blue little office studio, but didn't hit any of the vehicles. So, you know, all the things that just kind of wipe you out here. The one thing that was just awesome, we had that whole week of bad rainy weather after our family left. So it was good because they were here, had the best weather. We had the best time and it was just great. And then it was like bad weather, gave us a little bit of time to relax, except for the flooding and having to dig trenches and things like that. And then I'm back to a t-shirt again. And this morning, we woke up, because we're on top of a mountain and there's mountains all around us. And we woke up and we were above the clouds. Everywhere on the low valleys was full of clouds. And what's so funny, my wife and I were talking about this. We try to take pictures of this area because even our family said the same thing. They said, this place looks so much better in person. It's kind of like the Ozark, the Arkansas Grand Canyon. I take pictures of it, it just doesn't look the same because you can't see the scale. The mountains here are very rounded. You know, you go out to like Montana or Wyoming, the mountains are very jagged, kind of out by themselves, and they just look huge. Here they're clumped together and they're just rounded, so they just look like little hills. But until you see the scale, you're like, wow, these are big, and you just don't realize it. And it's just interesting. So, but it was so cool just walking Walter this morning for our daily walk and just looking down and seeing the clouds and just being like, wow, this is cool. And no Bigfoot. I've been hiking through the woods. The only thing I've seen is we've got a bobcat that I've ran into a couple times. Jenny's ran into it. Good thing is it sees us and it just runs away. So we're kind of keeping an eye on that and, you know, staying strapped, you know, just in case. But other than that, and bugs are out. So it's that time of year again. And holy cow. I had to go to the post office today, so I drove into Jasper and holy cow, traffic. It's like out here, you don't realize how quiet it is. And then you go into town and it's like, holy cow, it is jam-packed. Like I had to go to the bank and I had to go to the post office and I had to wait in line and wait in traffic. I was like, what is going on here? So that's something interesting because it's still quiet here and it's still quiet except when I go by some of the Buffalo access points. They're pretty busy depending on the day, but it's pretty interesting. But I'm gonna let it go from here. I've just got a lot more to do and I'm just pooped out today. So this is just a short one just to kind of let you know what's going on. And we're still recovering from the family visit. It was so much fun, so much fun. I need to shave the beard, yeah. I felt really bad though. The weather was so bad on Saturday. I wanted to go so bad because it was the first Saturday of the month. I wanted to go to the VFW to have breakfast with the guys that I met, and I just didn't have the energy. It was just so crappy here. I had to fix all that flooding and it was just not a good time. So I feel bad and I gotta wait till next month to go do that because great group of people that I met and really looking forward to going and chit-chatting with them again. But until next time, yeah, so, but yeah, let it go there because I'm just really tired. I need to edit this. So tomorrow, because today I was working on I was so busy today, and it was just, nobody wants to see me put together a pegboard rack, and nobody wants to see me, you know, just a bunch of busy work and organizing surplus and things like that. So getting ready for this other show and trying to find stuff that is in my surplus totes that I know I have, that specific people that want and things like that. But ending it there. Okay, bye, and thanks again. Big camera. I'm still waiting for the temperature of my water to be perfect. It's still warming up. I'm gonna end it there. Thanks. Like and subscribe. I gotta support this shirt because it was a gift. I love it. I thank you. So thanks again. Bye.